Hey YouTube, how's it going? Busted here. So, try to squeeze this video in. I'm kind of busy this week, got some stuff to do. So this video's about P-basses and the ones that I've got. So, we'll call it my first proper P-bass. Was this Fender made in Mexico 2020 bass. It came as if it would at the shop. It was 6 months old and I bought it off second hand off a guy in south side of Glasgow. Came with all the tags, everything, but it also came with the most ugliest P-bass scratch plate on the planet. This was on it. So this is greasy groove scratch plate. It's a weird material. It's more like, it's compressed plastic, I think. It's like a kind of glass effect. It also came with the original scratch plate. Still even got the barcode on the back of it. So when I got it, as soon as I got it, I knew exactly what I wanted to do to it. Black scratch plate. I've even got a Fender high mass bridge on it. So, kinda D.D. Ramone style bass, but more C.G. Ramone. Because the D.D. Ramone bass is a made in Mexico bass. The only difference is it's got the vintage style Fender precision bass, but it's a large precision bass going up the headstock. It's got the D.D. Ramone neck plate and it's got a standard bridge. But C.G. Ramone's bass is basically a made in Mexico Fender P-bass, and he fits a high mass bridge on it, so it's a kind of hybrid. So also what I wanted to do yet, which I've not lifted down, which I'll do just now, was I changed the electrics. So I've changed the pots, I've changed the pickups, and I've changed the jack. So what I did was I went to a company called 6 String Supplies and I bought a precision bass wiring harness. You can get this in 2 different wiring harnesses. You can get it with just a standard 0.074 UF cap, or you can get a bleed function, which I'm not a big fan of the bleed function. I've tried it, I don't like it. You can get it wireless, or you can get it where you have to solder it. I thought I ordered the wireless, the solderless one, sorry, but I didn't. So I had to solder the picks in. My thinking was, if I didn't like the picks, rather than soldering, desoldering, I could just unplug and plug in. But I'm kind of happy with these pickups. So the pickups I put in it were Tone Rider pickups. These are not the original pickups out of this bass. They've in something else. This is actually out of a PG configuration bass. I've just put them in here just to so I know what they are. So these are Precision Plus TRP1s that give you a kind of 70s, like a 70s sounding P-bass, sort of replica 70s sounding pickups. So yeah, that's what's in this. So when you buy the 6 string supplies, it comes in this funky black card with all your pots and your switchcraft jack in it, and it's CTS pots. These are the original pots out of this, because originally I was going to take these, which were out of this, and put them into my other P-bass, which is here. But when I opened that up, I realised that that's got CTS pots in it. The only thing it didn't have was an orange drop cap, which I've now fitted. So I'll let you see them anyway. So yeah, this is a P-bass. So this is one P-bass. So I can let you see this with the Tone Rider pickups, but it gives it that kind of 70s kind of style. So tones all the way up. other basses. So I'm just playing through the Rumble 200, through the Behringer 1x15, Behringer 4x10. So yeah, so this is, I've got this the way I like it. So the pickups are very sounding to the 70s style, which DD Ramon would have had. It's got CTS pots in it now. Very nice. There's no resistance in the pot whatsoever, so you can flick it fast and it goes up full. Tone's got a wee bit of resistance in it. Apart from that, that's it. So yeah, that's one P-bass that I've got. So this was the kind of first P-bass that I would call it a proper P-bass, because it's a Fender. Even at that, it's not American. But it's a really nice P-bass. And you can pick these up second hand for about the same price as a classic vibe P-bass or a vintage modified P-bass. About 400 to 500 quid. I got this for 4. As I said, it was 6 months old, still had all the tags. The only thing, I don't know if you can see it, there's a slight ding here where he dropped it, and it kind of bent the strap button. That's it. So that's one P-bass. So the one after that I picked up because I've always wanted one was a CV50. So this is based on the 50 style P-bass. When I bought this, the only thing that I've did to it is change the scratch plate. So I've got the original white scratch plate, I changed it to black. This is really nice. It's meant to be white, but because it's made out of plywood like the original the original 50s bass, it's went a kind of pinky blue colour underneath. They do a classic vibe P-bass, 70 style P-bass this colour, and it looks like a kind of marble effect. It's really nice. I nearly bought one. Actually, I bought one before the Made in Mexico 2003. I'm lucky enough because I've got that now. So this has not been modded really, but this has got vintage P-bass wiring. And what I mean by that is where, if you look at this diagram, I'll try and get this diagram to you so you can see it. If you look at this diagram, you can see the pot is on the tone. Well, you see the cap is on the tone pot. The vintage wiring, the cap doesn't sit there, it sits between the two pots. So this has got vintage wiring. I don't know if that was anything to do with it. I don't know the reason behind it. I don't know. But you can do it with a normal P-bass pickup. It does give you a slightly different tone. I don't know what the idea behind it is, to be fair. I'd need to look into it more. So this is just a C50 single coil pickup. So you do get a wee bit of, the whole point of having the split pickup is so it becomes a humbucker or hum cancelling. It's not actually a humbucker, it's a hum cancelling. So you don't get the feedback, or does it pick up any external noise. So technically it's not. If you read Leo Fender's, there's a book that talks about the P-bass pickup. It's not a humbucker, it's a hum cancelling pickup. So there's a big difference. It's not a big difference. So it's a hum cancelling. So this is just a standard P-bass 50 single coil, and it kind of sounds like this. Sound. You can make it sound a lot different. This has obviously got the Telecaster style headstock. Yeah, really nice pine body. It's got the kind of classic bridge. really nice nickel hardware. So yeah, nice P-Base. So this has got vintage style wiring, as I said, where the cap goes between the two pots rather than being on the tone pot. This is, well, I could have showed you the other one first, but there's a reason why I'm leaving this one to last. So this is a 3-tone burst, a 2003 Fender made in Mexico. As I said, I was originally going to change the wiring of this if it needed it with the wiring from the white P-Base. And I originally was going to put the white P-Base split coil pickups in this, but when I took it apart like I always do with every bass I get and checked it, this has got US Fender P-Base pickups in it. It's got CTS ports. It did have one of the normal small grey, I don't know if I can show you it. It had one of the little kind of caps in it. And the only thing I changed was I took one of the caps out and put an orange drop cap in from the black bases up the wall. And that's it. Changed the pick guard. The pick guard was a white pick guard like that. It's actually up the wall up there. And that's all I did to it. Obviously local sounds, all these basses have all got local sounds RS66s on it. Yeah, really nice bass. So this sounds slightly different as well. So tone all the way on, tone all the way off. So yeah, this sounds, it's weird. They all sound different. Where that be, I think, yeah, they all sound different. The materials, this is made out of different, this has got an ash body. The white P-Base made in Mexico, I think it's poplar or basswood. The 50s one's pine, but this is ash. And it's one piece ash. It's not there's no split, there's no join. It's a one piece ash body. Which, as I said in the video when I got this, at this time, 2000 up to 2005, there was a very high demand on Fender guitars. And they were jumping between, because the Fender Mexican plant and the American plant's only 50 miles apart, over the border. I think it's 50 miles or 70 miles or something. They're very close. And what was happening, because of high demand at that time, some guitars were getting made and finished in the American factory and then just stamped Mexican, and then vice versa. And it was a lot of confusion between the two factories. Yeah, so a lot of Mexican basses, this kind of era, there's a chance you could have had one that was made in the American factory. So yeah, this is a nice bass. Really glad I held out and picked this up. And as I said in the video, when I bought this, I never seen it. My only thing that I wanted was a rosewood fretboard. Not for any other purpose of the fact that I wanted something different for the maple. It just so happened I got a 2003, which means this is a proper rosewood neck, rosewood fretboard. The neck's lovely on this. Body's lovely, one piece ash. So this bass, I was lucky. I was really lucky with this bass. This bass is a spec of an American Fender, and it was just sheer luck that I got it. The American ones are the same either, ash body, maple neck, rosewood fretboard, fake kind of clay inlays, so it looks like the clay inlays. Yeah, really nice. US made pickups, round pickups, CTS pots, mean, they could have been put in afterwards, but they look old enough that if they were only put in months after the bass was bought, because you can date CTS pickups, CTS pots, so they're only months apart. So yeah, or they're only months before, sorry, because the date's before the bass, so they were made before the bass was made and put into the bass. So it's the way they're bought, yeah, confusing. So yeah, this is just I love this bass. So yeah, lovely bass. Yeah, obviously every one of these has got the skunk stripe. Right, as I've said before, the skunk stripe is only really used if it's a one-piece maple neck and fretboard. But Fender have just adopted it. It's like near every guitar has got it, pretty much. The only ones that I've never seen them in is Chinese-made Fender Squiers. There's a few Indonesian ones that don't have them, but majority of the time it's Chinese-made Squiers. But you know, well, the American, that's technically not true, because I've seen a 1970s Fender Jazz with no skunk stripe because it's got a rosewood fretboard. So the next P bass that I've got, these are not the only P basses I've got, but these are the only ones that I would probably consider, if you're going by Fender, proper P basses. This technically is not a P bass. Technically not a P bass. It says P bass on it. It says Squier Fender Precision Bass. It's an 07 Telecaster headstock, it's the TB model. But this is a slab body. So the body is very similar to this. But the difference is this is contoured with the comfort cuts or body cuts. This is a slab body. So yeah, but this technically isn't I don't know if this is technically a P bass. Because of the Fender wide range pickup, I don't know if this would be classed as a P bass. This is where the controversy comes in. Because why a P bass is called a P bass is when Leo Fender made his, all basses were technically upright basses, no frets, and he put frets in it, and that's where the frets are why it's called a precision bass. Not the shape or anything, or not even the pickup. So yeah, that's why it's called a P bass, because of the having frets, so you can be more precise with your notes. That's why it's called a P bass. So yeah, but so I don't know if this is technically a P bass or not. P bass shape, traditional P bass shape, it's got the frets, so technically it is a P bass. Yeah, TB. I think this is why this is called, I've seen this before in the video, this is known as the Telecaster Base. Is obviously this is the first, this shape is the first design of Leo Fender's slab body, fretted neck and fingerboard, one piece neck, and the Telecaster, this Telecaster style headstock as it's known. But then they moved to one more like this. This is then the second type of P bass. So this was like a kind of updated version of this. So I think why they call it the TB is to distinguish between the headstocks. I think that's what it is. I'm only guessing. Because this is a Telecaster style headstock, that's the traditional P bass headstock. I don't know. But then I've added a split switch in this, so then this turns into a single coil. This Fender wide range pickup. So yeah, this is all the way up, volume up, Fender wide range. tone all the way on. It's not that. So this is the Fender wide range pickup split, but tone all the way off. So yeah, that's technically all my P basses. As I said, there's always arguments as with everything. Everybody thinks they're right. Everybody thinks their way of thinking is right. But yeah, what makes a P bass? If you were to go by Leo Fender, the only way this makes it a P bass is nothing to do with the pickups, body shape, headstock shape. It's the fact it's got frets. That's what makes it a P bass. But traditionally, obviously, this here is classed as a P bass. So yeah, it's down to your own interpretation. I think it's just rule of thumb now, when you say P bass, that's what everybody thinks of as a P bass. Split pickup, split hum cancelling pickup. That's it. That's a P bass. Because if you read Leo Fender's book again, what we now know as the jazz bass was actually originally a Fender P bass deluxe, or Fender Precision Bass Deluxe. That's what a jazz bass original name was. Then it became the jazz bass. So technically, if you want to go into it, the jazz bass is actually a precision bass as well. It's just a deluxe version. So yeah, it's just down to interpretation and stuff. If anybody says P bass to me, I instantly think of one of them, and I think everybody does. I think that's where it's got to, is when you say P bass, this is the P bass you think of. But yeah, it's just down to your own interpretation. But yeah, so that's all my traditional style P basses just now. I mean, you could go into it. I've got an East German made black one up there, but it's technically a P bass. That is a P bass. That's a P bass. That would be called a P bass deluxe. No, that wouldn't be. That's a P bass special. Sorry, the deluxe originally is a jazz bass. That's a P bass deluxe, is a jazz bass. But yeah, it's just into, as I said, everything I tell you is just, it's no gospel. It's no. It's my interpretation of the information, and you'll have your own interpretation of the information. I've just read the book of Leo Fender, and I'm only going by what's in the book. What makes this a P bass, and that a P bass is the fact it's got frets. It's nothing to do with the pickup. It's the frets. That's why it's a P bass. Yeah, that's why he called it a P bass precision bass, because it had frets, not because of the pickup. But yeah, the pickup misconception as well. As I say again, the pickup in a P bass is not a humbucker. It's a hum cancelling pickup. According to the diagram of Leo Fender anyway, it's hum cancelling. That's it. So as I says, it's my interpretation. It's the way I interpret the information. Interpret? Yeah, is that a word? Interpret the information, and yours is exactly the same. Everybody's got an opinion. This is just mine. That's it. I'm not saying my opinion is right or wrong. It's just my opinion. That's it. So yeah, P basses. So I've like without starting any more arguments and stuff. Yeah, I like what I've done in the white bass. How it's came out, I actually like it. So the mods that I did on this, not including the price of the bass, you're talking scratch plate was £10. The pickups were £38 from eBay. and the wiring harness was, believe it or not, was more expensive than the pickups. It was £46. So yeah, I like it. It came out nice, sounds nice. When you turn this back on, when you hit the you hit the overdrive on the Rumble 200, you can do the go. Yeah, actually I can do that song now. It's a CG Ramone song that I wrote for the Ramones. So yeah, that's it. That's my video on P-Bases. All done and dusted. So I'm busy next week, starting a new job. So don't know when I'm going to get. I'm away all week, so I'm not going to be back until late on Friday. I'll try and get a video in when I come back on Friday. And the good thing is once I've did these next 2.5 weeks down south in a new job, that should be me home more often, because the area that I cover my new job's Scotland and Northern England, so I should be home every night, which means I can actually get into a band and start using the equipment I've got. So I'll try and get a video in next week. That's why I've put out quite a few this week. Try and get in and get a video next week. If I don't, the next video will be the week after. I'll probably talk about something else. But this is my interpretation of P-Bases and what P-Bases style things I've got. So hope you have a nice week, guys. Feel free to like and subscribe and comment, and I know because a lot of people who are watching this is going to argue with me with my opinion of a P-Base, but hey ho, keeps it interesting, doesn't it? You're not going to offend me if you try and slag me off or anything, I don't care. But yeah, have a wee discussion about it. Put your wee neb in, your wee comments. Keeps it interesting, because the more comments and stuff you put into my videos, the algorithm gets, so feel free. So yeah, have a nice week, guys, and I'll see you soon. Carry on.